I'm opening this on camera because I think it's broken. Oh, this is for sure broken because this is a scale.
Oh, you're shipping glass in a thin cardboard box with one layer of bubble wrap and no corner protectors? What could go wrong?
Look at that.
What sellers don't understand is a quality triangle. I drew it out here. I have quality assurance at the top, and this is what's failing in this process. Quality assurance is the processes that you have in place to prevent damages. This could mean what kind of testing are you doing on this product to make sure it's not getting damaged in shipments. There are multiple areas it can get damaged in shipment. Doesn't mean that it's coming straight out of your factory. Doesn't mean that when it's shipped overseas it's getting broken. It might be when the FedEx driver tosses it from the porch or from their truck onto the porch. You need to make sure you have the appropriate steps in testing to make sure that the package can survive to the level that is needed to get it to the customer in one piece. This should have been caught in the general NPD product cycle. Over here, right where it has prototyping and validation slash testing. Those are the two areas you would normally catch this. When you have a prototype, sure, you realize it's glass, you're gonna say, all right, that's what we want for a product, it's okay. Validation slash testing. Make sure whatever packaging they're trying and they're pushing to you, can it survive a drop test? If you drop it a couple feet on a corner, is it gonna break? If yes, you probably need better packaging. Maybe you are gonna spend so much in packaging that you need to take a step back and maybe rethink your product. Because if everything arrives broken like this, it won't matter. Understand in this phase, one of the biggest things you could do is try to understand how the customer will misuse the product. That also applies to how it is shipped. If the customer gets it and it's tossed onto their porch by the FedEx guy or whoever's shipping the box, you need to account for that when it arrives for the customer. One of the ways you could do this is something called a failure mode and effects analysis, an FMEA. The FMEA is a very important step to realize how the customer is going to misuse it and how you can solve for that to make sure that there's no gap and there's no poor experience that the customer is getting. This customer is in the satisfaction area. They're opening, they already selected the product, they already ordered it. What do you think that her satisfaction is?
Wow. Okay.
And the next step, advocacy, that'll be the hardest part because if the customer hates it and their satisfaction is really low, they really might advocate against it. They might tell you never to order this. They might leave a terrible review online. That's probably the worst case scenario. Or they tell their millions of followers that I'm not a fan of this product. I'm not a fan of this brand. Don't buy it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry though, I'm going to show you the steps on how to fix this too. This is the quality issue cycle. So you've already identified the issue. The glass is breaking. Fantastic. That was pretty easy to identify. Corrective actions. What can we do to fix this shipping process to make sure it arrives in one piece? Maybe it's just corner protectors. Glass generally is damaged not on its face, but on the edges. So if you protect those edges better, then it might prevent the damages. Sometimes you only need the corners. Put corner protectors in the packaging, drop it on the corner a couple of times. That's called verifying the corrective action. After you do that, you verify that, yes, now I could drop it from 5 feet. Now I could throw it like a frisbee and it won't break. Then you could implement the corrective actions. Monitor and control, see how it does in the market. Are you getting more reviews like this? Are there other failure modes that we maybe didn't look at, where maybe you didn't look at how they throw it like a frisbee and you didn't account for that, but you're still seeing damages. Then you start the cycle over. You go back to issue identification. Okay, we got the issue wrong last time. It wasn't them accidentally dropping it, it was them throwing it like a frisbee. How can we solve that? What are the corrective actions? How can we verify it? And you keep going around in a circle. And every time you do this, your product just gets better and better. This will also help in the customer experience cycle because they get a satisfying experience from it. They become an advocate, and next time they need it, they're going to consider your product. If you want to see other examples of actual product issues, I'm going to put 2 videos up here of videos that I have broken down the Amazon sellers of the customer complaints that they have been getting and how to solve them.